Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlrynae. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlrynae. Good girl. When last we left off, we were here talking to Mr. Dwalin, steward of Thorin's Hall, and we had told him about the issues going on in the wider world. We had discovered about the vault that had been broken into, and the fact that Dourhands were involved, not just goblins. And he wants us to go to see if Willie, who is out in the west of Freren's Court, out in I guess the Vale of Thorin, if he knows anything, if he can talk to the Thrushes out there, the Thrushes, the birds who've always been the friends of the dwarves, and find out if they saw anything, if they saw the Dourhands moving the treasure, or anything along those lines. And as we remember, the Thrushes were the creatures. Remember, in The Hobbit, we find out about the Thrushes and the ravens. And the Thrushes being birds of good luck, I suppose. Animals of good luck. I kind of was drawing a blank there of what exactly I'm trying to say. Who've been around the Lonely Mountain. If you remember the whole situation, the prophecy of how they would get back into the mountain and take the Lonely Mountain back. It was, stand by the gray stone when the thrush knocks. So the Thrushes are considered a friend to the dwarves there. And they're hoping that Willie knows the language of them and can communicate with the Thrushes and see what they have to say about it. I was actually thinking of ravens there for a moment. Is what I was trying to think of, being that they went to Raven Hill and they met that ancient raven on the hill that could actually speak common. Didn't have to speak dwarvish, or didn't have to speak in the language of the ravens. They could actually speak common up there. So that's what I was thinking of. But no, the Thrushes were also important, as the quest you were saying. Plus, we've got a whole bunch to go to. You see, we're here in Thorin's Gate. We're going to travel out of Thorin's Gate and down into the Vale. Here's Nogland right here. So we are eventually... not Nogland. What is it? Well, that is Nogland. Okay, yes. I was thinking Gondomar down here. We're eventually going to get to Nogland, so that's one of the areas we have to go to. Willie should be in this area somewhere. The guy we have to see about the Thrushes should be somewhere in this little valley right up above the Vale, the word Vale. Nogland, we've got several quests to go to. And then right up here in this area, up here where Sarnur is. Sarnur, of course, being the faction hall, the faction dungeon where you can earn faction with Thorin's Hall up here by going in there and killing the goblins and the Dourhands and the other creatures who've taken up residence in this ancient fortress. Up in that area too is where one of the gears, there's a area right outside where one of the gears, the second gear that we're looking for to get into the puzzle vault, can be found. So we're going to be heading there too. That is a bit of a busy little area. And so we're going to be traveling on through Freren's Court and out the gate. And once we get closer to one of our destinations there, we will rejoin you. Since obviously we've been up this way whenever we ran here from Kellendem. So we will see you once we get closer to either this guy Willie or whenever we reach Nogland. Just a quick revisit to the steps of Thorin's Hall here. I figured while I was in the area, I would go ahead and sell back the vendor stuff I'd gotten while I was in the various caves we had been in just recently. And I figured we'd also go through our mail here right quick, our notices. We've got a deed completed, which is Goblin Slayer. Defeat the goblins of the Arid Luine. We've defeated 30 of them. We got our 5 turbine points. We got the Guardian of the Arid Luine title. And increased reputation, 500 rep with Thorin's Hall. So we got that out of the way. I'll bet we've got another Goblin Slayer, don't we? Yes, Goblin Slayer Advanced. To work through this one, we've got to kill up to 60. So we need to kill 42 more goblins. And we will get marks, we will get zeal, some more reputation, and some more turbine points. Okay, so we will work our way through that. This will be the points we already received. And there's our title. Guardian of Arid Luine. Ancestral foes of dwarf and elf alike, goblins again challenge the lands of Arid Luine, but you stand ready to defy them. Very good. I'm sure we will kill a few more during our time here. Let's see, what do we got? Bingo Boffin, Comb Stablehand, and Breathelwind. We probably need to hit that Bingo Boffin today. We may take a look at that quest today as well. The letter from old Bingo there while it's still up. All right, so we are heading back out through the courtyard again, and as I said, we will rejoin you whenever we get to one of our destinations or find one of our people. All right, everybody, we have reached Willie over here, the stable master of Thorin's Gate, right over here at the stables. And I bring this up because I've just spent probably the last half hour wandering all around the Arid Luine, all around this area, the Vale of Thrain down in here, looking for him. Up and down this road, and I'm going, where the heck is this Willie guy? Where the heck is this Willie guy? And then I look and say, west? What do you mean west? And I look and find he's the stable master. When it's been a week since you last played and you've had several long shifts at the hospital, it's always a good thing to kind of look back at the quest and refresh your memory again. Lame. So yes, he wanted you to come over here, talk to the stable master, and get a ride down to Nogland. Apparently for free. I think they're trying to encourage you to use the stables. You see Prologue, the wisdom of the Thrushes.
What do you want?
Well met, Gnarlrynae. If you ever need to travel at speed, you should come to visit me, or whomever the closest stable master happens to be. So Dwalin sent you to me to purchase passage to Nogland, did he? Well, it's a good thing he did, considering how far away Nogland is. Yeah, I know how far away it is. I just ran there and back. Simply speak with me about renting a horse, and you'll be able to purchase safe passage at speed on one of my fine mounts. When you get there, be sure to look for Hrothgar. I expect he'll have some tasks for you. All right. Now, if all this was just to get me to come over here and actually purchase a ride from him, are you going to do that?
Greetings.
Talk to Hrothgar. Yeah.
What do you want?
So now I've got to spend 80 copper. 80 copper of my hard-earned cash here. You want me to spend 80 copper of that to ride to Nogland? When I could just run down there and now talk to the guy. Why could I just not go down there to Hrothgar and talk to him in the first place? Oh, some of the hoops these things make you jump through. All right. I will buy this once. Y'all have had my rants before about how you can't complete the steps. Remember those red flowers? Well, we couldn't just follow the flowers to the end and find the guy. No, we had to go click on every single one of the red flowers. Because if you didn't, it didn't let you get to the guy at the end. It wouldn't let you click on him. All right. Well, we're going to enjoy the ride down to Nogland, and we will see you when we arrive there. Okay, folks, we have arrived here at Nogland. We actually arrived a little closer to the stable master over there. But Noglin has popped up on our list of places here. We have found another one of the area, I think forts of the elves is places of the dwarves. That's it, places of the dwarves. We've now found 4 of those. So we are going to add that one to the list. We are going to do our travelogue of it. And I'll also look back and see if I've done a travelogue of the Silverdeep Mine. If not, I'll add that to the end, because I noticed that was on the list. So we'll join you right after our travelogue here. The way station of Noglin serves as a provisioner's outpost and resting place for merchants and weary travelers. All right, so let's run up here. Have we got the stable master? I guess he was already Guess he was already part of the ones here in the area with Thorin's Gate and Gondamon there. Show you on the map where we are. We rode right down here to the little horse head there, Nog. Guards about. We've got a few people to talk to. Let's talk to Gisli here. He's the guy we are bringing the soup to, and I'll bet that we might even have a container of soup. Yep, remember back in the day when I played this on my dwarf, you actually carried this in your inventory. Gisli's favorite food prepared with care by his worried father. Now, you know what I would have loved there? If that said worried mother, if after all that running around and him talking about a son and the big old bushy beard he had, you got to the soup, the very few people who would have hovered over the soup and read that would have realized that it was actually his mother. Gisli.
Greetings, traveler.
Gisli's favorite. Not again. This is the 3rd meal my father has sent me in as many days. When will he realize I'm a grown dwarf and not a child he coddled and fretted over? Ah, you're not to blame. Thank you for the food. Maybe someday my father will realize I'm not the thin-bearded dwarf of 60 he remembers. All right, so we're going to get some superior roast pork. And we'll get either some cooked carrots or some eggs and onions. Well, you know what? Cooked carrots, crisp, not mushy. And eggs and onions. A simple hot breakfast of eggs and fried onions. I think I'm going to go with that. I might actually be able to use the vitality more, but I love eggs and onions. So we are going to go with that. Yay! Another quest off our thing. And let us go ahead, swap over to our stone. Is that our stone? Yep, stone of the tortoise. I knew we would probably, it was a low enough level that it probably wouldn't put us over. How much was that? 288 experience. And what do we got to run down here? 390. Whoop, 175 before we get to level 10. Very good. All right, we have got just rings popping up all over the place, don't we? Wow. Well, there's Hrothgar. He's the one we need to speak to about the Thrushes. So let us go ahead and chat with him.
Well met.
Welcome to Noglin, friend lore master. You might not know it, but this way station has a storied history nearly as rich as Thorin's Hall itself. I would be honored to tell you of... Oh, I see. You are here on business from Dwalin. You will never find a truer Longbeard than our steward, and Thorin's halls are maintained with the dignity that befits our glorious... Ah, yes, your pardon. What was it you were wanting, friend? Of course. Nos came through here just hours ago. When he left, he mentioned heading to the Thrush Stones. Follow the road north back to Thorin's Hall, and it would turn sharply to the west. Continue to follow the road until it bends to the north again. Continue west from there, and you'll find the Thrush Stones. Okay, so we are going to be looking for Nos Grimsong in the Thrush Stones. So he said, follow the road until it bends to the north again. So somewhere, one of these two bends, we will look and see which one he told us to take. We will follow into the Thrush Stones. I'm wanting to say probably that one, maybe? With a little peak sticking up, because I'm thinking that there is like a rock that you could run around the back of while we're killing. I think we're going to be hunting the Caraval and hunting the wildcats in this area. I can't remember what they're called, but the wildcats that are down there. I think it's going to be one of the things we're going to be looking for. We have a few more quests here, however. Gator here is, I think, maybe the person we're looking for that rusted armor.
By my father, this is a sad day.
Yep, a new shine. Bruni's got someone else to do his errands for him again, eh? Very well, here's my other armor. You might want to check with Olafur, too. His armor was torn up bad a few days back in a scuffle with some goblins. Alright, talk to Gator and talk to Olafur. There we are, Gator. Now let's see where Olafur may be. There he is. A new shine.
Well met, friend.
I've been waiting for Bruni to come down. We expected him the other day, but as usual, he put us off again. I've got a dent in my armor 1.5 hands long. Poxy goblin would have cut me from shoulder to belly if not for that hunk of metal. Okay, so we've got those 2 dented pieces of armor to take back to him. And looks like he's got another quest as well. Herding cats.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
The lynx that roam the hills in the Vale of Thrain have become bold with hunger in recent months. There have even been reports of them attacking unwary travelers. I have the unwelcome task of dealing with these beasts, but there are too many for me to handle alone. Grimkel has ordered me to take care of the problem, but I could use your help. We must teach the beast to fear the bite of metal again and to keep to 4-legged game. Head to the north along the road back to Thorin's Hall. Look to the west side of the road near the Thrush Stones, and you will find lynx in great numbers. Awesome. All right, I figured that we would be in that area. Didn't know what he had as far as herding cats, but I figured that, yeah, when he said lynxes, it was a good one to pick up because I think the one there, the prologue, we're going to be hunting cats with that one as well. Okay, Wally doesn't want anything, so Grimkel Stonebearer.
By Dourhand's beard, won't you give me even a moment?
Cutting cords. You there. I sent Vifil to cut a 1/4 cord of firewood for Noglon, but he hasn't come back. See if you can find him. Just follow the road to the west. There's a clearing out that way where we gather our wood. Be wary, though. Who knows what's delayed Vifil? I think that's the guy we saw at the campsite, maybe, on our way up to Thorin's Hall. There was a campsite, a campfire with a guy standing there. And finally, we've got one more. The grocer over here has got a quest for us as well. Kettle. Clear the roads.
Might you lend me an ear?
There was a time when our hunters kept the number of bears in check, but alas, the beasts have grown numerous in recent years. It's shameful, really, that we have let the wild overgrown our paths. As long as dwarves dwell here, the ways should be safe. If you want to be of help, patrol north from Noglin to Hunter's Notch and clear out any of the beasts you find. With your help, we will make the roads safe once more. So defeat more bears. Okay, fantastic. So we are going to head back on out here. You don't have a quest for me, do you? No, good. What are you saying? Sure, I stop and talk to you, and then a lynx gets into the camp. The commander will have my head. Good. Someone who actually wants to do his job instead of chatting me up all the time. Okay, let's take a look at the quest here right quick. The one finding Nos Grimsong. He has said that we are going to go... northwest of Noglin. Well, he gave us directions there, but then apparently we can't see his directions anymore. Although we can see the important dwarf, we can still see every word that Dwalin told us, didn't we? Alright. We will just head on up the hill. There's one of the Vale wildcats we could be killing, but we'll kill him on the way back if we have to. I'm thinking, once again, we're going to find enough think that's where we got to go to find the second gear, right up there. We'll search that way soon enough, too. Let's see if we can find this Nos Grimsong first. All these black-footed foxes. Up! There's Viffle here at the campsite. And he does not look well. Looking a little bit poorly for a dwarf. What's happened to you, my friend?
Well met.
Ha! Well met. I was wondering when Grimkel would send someone. I was in the clearing cutting wood for Noglin when goblins fell on me from the shadows of the trees. I managed to kill 2 and wounded the last, enough to drive it off, but was wounded myself in the fight. The foul creatures ran off to the south. Tell Grimkel what happened and to send help. Alright, we'll let him know what happened to his woodcutter there. Okay, beyond that, I am thinking, following the directions, we need to follow this one. Head on up with it. I do not think the thrush stones are there. I think they are the next turn. Next bend in the road. So that is where we will head next. All these little frozen ponds here. And we have to take care not to fall into. Once again, playing along at night. Yes, I know it's nothing more than simple confirmation bias, but Lord, it seems like you're always logging in at night. Or I'm always logging in at night, shall I say? Now, I'm wanting to say that thrush stones are up. Let's be this one right here, where it says turn to the north, keep going to the west. The thrush stone should be somewhere in that area. We'll search back there if we have to, but I'm thinking up this way, perhaps. Yes, maybe. Let's head off-road for a bit. See if we can find a dwarf who can tell us something about these thrushes. We can kill some of these wildcats while we're at it, too. Fortunately, the wildcats are... See, got these rocks here. I'll guarantee you that these ought to be the thrush stones. Yep, the thrush stones. There we go. The wildcats are... They're not aggro, but they are aggroable, shall we say. They are irritable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not fall off that. Let's not fall off that. Whoa. That's a long drop. Okay. Let's keep looking around them until we find this dwarf. Where are you at, Nos? I'm at the stones. You should be somewhere in this area. Once again, they will aggro on you. They will get irritable, and they'll aggro if you stay around them too long. Which we are hoping not to do. Nos. Nos, where's your ring, buddy? Found the thrush stones. Where are you? Don't want to start killing all these cats for a quest and not getting credit for it. There's a ring. There he is down there. Can we make this? I bet we can. Looks like he's down in the valley. Uh-oh. Had one that went ahead and aggroed on us, didn't it? Bit of an actual fight there. Okay. And we've taken down one lynx. Alright, let's come down here and let's talk to Nos. There he is. We will show you where Nos is now. He's apparently at the base of the thrush stones. See where we are right there. So yeah, it was that rock that I was predicting. Actually, yes, it was. It was up here on the second rock. That's where I was predicting it was. We just had to go a little bit north of it. He wasn't actually at the thrush stones themselves, apparently. All right, Nos.
What do you want?
You're here about the Dourhands sneaking out of Thorin's Hall, aren't you? The Thrushes told me all about it, and I wrote it down to show Dwalin. I'll give you my... Oh no, lynx! Quick, help me fight them off. They're always hungry for thrushes. Can I pull up my bear? Can I get the bear up? There we go. Sorry, my bear was behind the tree, tending to the call of nature. I can help you now. Sure. The lynx are back. You must help me defend against them. Sure. Where are they at? Ooh, and they're yellow. Sure. Let's go ahead and fight the lynx. Here comes another one. At least it's not, doesn't seem to be like a crick hollow where they would always get caught. Seems like you remember we'd had that problem a time or two where the birds came in, the ravens, the creatures would come in, the birds would come in and get caught on the trees. Whoa, there we go. Stay alert. We're not safe yet. Crabine, that's the word I'm looking for. Crabine. Whew. Tell you, these low-level areas like this, you get to start forgetting what the heck it is you're talking about there for a while. That's 7 of them down. Knew we'd be killing some. That showed them you have my thanks. Now take these notes and show them to Hrothgar. Okay. So there's Hrothgar's Grimsong's notes. Let's see what they have to say. There we go. Took a while to load in there, didn't it? Lord Dwarhand, the Thrushes have given me some unpleasant and disturbing news, and I've written it down to impart to you at the earliest opportunity. The Thrush Smallbane saw dwarves carrying gold down from Thorin's Gate in the middle of the night. He did not understand the difference, but I can tell you as sure as the hair on my beard curls in winter that there were Dourhands. His sister Bright Eye followed them for some time and learned their destination, but it doesn't make much sense to me. The Dourhands brought this gold into one of their old cities in the Vale of Thrain. Is that cities? I think it is. But that city has been occupied by goblins for several years now. Why would the Dourhands willingly bring gold into the domain of the goblins? Nos Grimsong. Okay, so we need to deliver that back down the hill to Hrothgar, who is at back there at Nogland again. We will see if we can't take out a few more of these lynxes along the way, since we've got 1 or 2 more that we need to take out. That is 8. We should have said 2 or 3 more that we need to take out. Let's be precise here. One more. And then we can make our way back down. Oop, let's make sure we keep going the right way. We don't need to go back to the talker to birds there. Alright, I know we will find another one on the way to Nogland. It's one right at the foot of the hill there, wasn't it? So we will take him out, and then we will meet you as we're going back up to talk to Hrothgar. Coming back down the hill to Nogland here, you see the sky starting to brighten up again. We're in the foredawn. It would be daylight again before you know it as the stars fade from the sky here in the Vale of Dourhand. We've got a couple of quests to turn in. We managed to find and kill one last lynx bale cat down along the way. So we are going to go over here. We will talk to Olafur first. Turn in our cat quest.
Greetings, traveler.
Good work with those vicious cats. Perhaps now lone travelers will have less to fear in the land. Grimkel will be pleased for a change. So let's choose one. Let's see. Lynx pelt trousers. 30 armor, 30 armor. They are worth exactly the same amount. We will take... Let's see what they look like. What do they look like compared to the ones that we have right now? Do we even get to see them? All right, there's the ones that that's the lynx pelt. And this is the ones that we already wear. Absolutely no difference that we can see because of our particular outfit. So which one's worth the most? 1.5, 116, 151. That'll make up for the blasted stable ride that I was forced to buy to come down here. Alright, Hrothgar.
Well met.
Wisdom of the Thrushes again. Dwalin was right to count on Nosgrimsong and his friends among the Thrushes. These notes confirm that the Dourhands brought their stolen gold in secret down into the Vale of Thrain. But the Thrushes insist that they then return to their old stronghold in the mountains that border the Vale. I thought that old city was infested with goblins now. There were goblins in the Silverdeep as well, and the Dourhands seemed to have passed untroubled. There is something strange going on here, Gnarlrynae, though you probably don't need me to tell you that.
Will you help me?
Prologue, the old Dourhand city. The Thrushes saw the Dourhands carrying the stolen gold into the old Dourhand city to the west. That is very peculiar. You see, it has been infested with goblins for the past 2 years. Hrothgar? Hrothgar? Honey? Are you starting to get some dementia? You're starting to repeat yourself. You just told me that. I don't know why the Dourhands would bring the gold into a goblin-held city, even if they once called it home. Most peculiar, it reminds me of the tale of... Oh, I'm sorry. You went to head west into the old Dourhand city and search it for the stolen Longbeard gold, I expect. It won't be easy, but I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits. Head west of Nobland and look for the stairs carved into the mountainside. And watch out for the goblins. Okay, so we are going to have to head that way. Now, we're going to be heading back into the, as he said, west. I'm imagining right up here into the little city fortress area right before you get up into Sarner. Because Sarner, the dungeon, is in the far back of that. We've also got to find the second gear along that area as well. So that gives us another reason to travel up that way. And I tell you what, we actually have... I was going to set my milestone here, but I don't think we actually have a milestone at this area, do we? Nope. Where's the nearest one here in the valley? Is it over there in Gondomon? Milestone. Here we go. Yep, the nearest one here is over there in Gondomon. So we might run down the hill and save that one, or we might save back at Thorin's Gate. We'll see. We're not going to set it right now, so in the meantime, we're going to call that an episode. So thank y'all for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to get another one up tomorrow night. We'll have to see how things go. I don't work until... got a couple of days off from work, so we should be able to get a few more episodes up here. So we will see you next time, and in the meantime, I will be thinking about which one of these milestones is going to be the most convenient for me. So we will see you then. Bye-bye.